Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the 8th episode of the Pat Matt Podcast. I'm Pat, and he is
Matt.
And today is a special episode, and we're going to be focusing on Marshall soccer only because today they have won the CUSA championship.
2021 champs, right?
Back to back.
Back to back. Love it.
And we want to say a huge thank you to the players and the coaches for letting us get this signed jersey right up here. I don't really know if you could kind of see it, but it's signed by all the players. And we just wanted to say thank you for that.
Why don't you tell all of the viewers how you got that signed, Patrick?
They were all at our neighbor Chris Grassie's cookout. And we went over there with a jersey and a Sharpie, and we asked all of them to sign it.
And everybody was so nice. Don't worry, folks. It was an outdoor. It was safe. And I can't tell you how thankful we are of Coach Grassie, Coach Petza, the Marshall players for welcoming Patrick and providing that awesome signed jersey. I mean, I can tell you, players, Patrick was a little nervous approaching everybody. The cookout was at about 5:30. I'll just say Patrick happened to be outside playing soccer starting about 4 o'clock just to make sure he saw everybody when they showed up. So we can't thank you guys enough. That was an awesome way to start the weekend.
So let's talk about the game.
Let's talk about it.
So this won 2-0 with goals from Johan, I think that's how you say his name, and Pedro. Johan scored a penalty kick that hit off of the right post, or it hit off the
left post,
and then it went in and it hit off the goalie's back, right?
No, I think it just went in. I think it was just a perfect PK, to be honest with you.
And then Pedro scored how many feet away?
I'm going to say 30 yards.
30 yards, and did it hit off the goalie?
It hit off the crossbar and then pinged into the back. So no, the goalie dove for it. Yeah. No chance. It was beautiful, wasn't it, Patrick?
Yeah.
Let's tell the viewers who they played, who they played to win the Conference USA championship.
They usually play Charlotte. Charlotte's usually the toughest opponent.
And what was important about this game? This was the
game that they got their bid for the NCAA tournament.
And they had to win, right?
Yeah.
Now, what about UNC Charlotte? They would have been happy with what?
A
tie.
A tie.
Yeah. So it was big time, wasn't it, buddy?
Yeah.
All right. Tell me, what was your favorite part of the game?
My favorite part of the game was probably Pedro's goal because the whole stadium was electric. Everyone was going crazy, and yeah, that was my favorite part.
I'll tell you what my favorite part was. It happened with about 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Marshall clearly in charge, 2-0 at this point, and there was a sequence, Pat. I know you remember it. When Marshall strung together, I lost count. It was about 16 or 17 passes. They were playing keep away against UNC Charlotte, and UNC Charlotte couldn't get the ball back.
Yeah.
I felt like going over to the coach for UNC Charlotte saying, you might as well fire up the bus now. They were done. You could see it in their body language. And the players on the bench started clapping, and even all of us fans at Marshall, we're learning about soccer. Everybody got up on their feet and started clapping because at that point they were dominating. 10 minutes to go, they should have just blown the whistle and said, let's end this a little early. Let's start the celebration because that was my favorite part.
So what else? You want to talk about we also want to thank all of the players because they all stuck out after the game and they all took pictures with everybody. And I was really glad to see them so happy when they won the championship. They all were excited. So
I felt like we were. I want to say this. I've watched a lot of soccer games. I've played in a lot of soccer games. That was the most fun I've ever had being a fan of a soccer game, Pat. That even beats. I got to watch a Real Madrid game that I've told you plenty about. That was more fun than that because I know that this team gets it. They realize how important Marshall is to Huntington. The players realize how much you guys look up to them. And to take time out of their celebration to come over and take pictures with you all, I mean, that's as good as it gets. I mean, when that countdown started, I felt like I was part of the team at that point. I mean that. It's really, this community gets behind them. Watch out, top 10, number 9, the watch party is tomorrow at noon. I wish we could go. we're going to be following that. But I mean,
I'll probably look it up on my school computer,
well, I think you should.
and then I'll delete the search history.
Well, no, I think we should. I think we should ask Dr. Templeton if you guys can watch the watch party.
No.
Maybe we could do that. You don't want to do that? All you can do is ask. All she could say is no.
She probably won't even be there tomorrow.
Well, I would ask if I were you, but that's just me. You know what I think's cool, Pat?
What?
I've told you many a time. I've been watching Marshall soccer since I was your age, and I remember watching with Uncle Joe. And I used to tell Pat it was fun to go to the games, but the most exciting part of the game was if Marshall would score. They had these little green and white soccer balls. Now, looking back, they were really cheap soccer balls because if the team would score, they would throw the ball into the stands, and if you were lucky enough to catch it, you got to keep the ball. And one time, I caught it.
Yeah.
But we knew they weren't. We knew it was just something fun to do, but they weren't championship level. I mean, this team is championship level. Think about it, Pat. All the teams across the country playing college soccer, top 10 here in Huntington, West Virginia. And I'll tell you what else I think about this team. Nobody wants to play them in the tournament, do you think?
No.
So let's give predictions, Pat. What seed do you think they're going to get?
2 seed.
I'm with you. Solid 2.
Uh-huh.
Solid 2, though.
I think they'll move up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So right now they're ranked number 9. Where do you think they're going to go up to?
7.
See, we don't, folks. I promise you, we don't compare notes. I was going to say 7. 7 in the country with momentum. What is it? Any final thoughts on the game?
No, I thought the other team flopped a lot.
I wanted to see if you picked up on that. Fill us in a little bit about that. I mean,
they were just like, they fell if they would go for 50-50, they fell every time. And most of the time they didn't get the foul. Sometimes they got the foul, but most of the time they didn't get the foul. So I thought the refs did pretty good this game.
Yeah.
I think Marshall should have had some more penalties, but,
You know what I liked about it is Marshall had to win this game, and they are truly CUSA champs because, folks, they went out and they won this game. They took the game to UNC Charlotte. I think UNC Charlotte would have been happy getting a tie and getting on that bus. Marshall are champs because they won the game. It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't on counterattacks. They were the dominant team, and they had to go out there and win it, and they did. And yes, Pat, I agree with you. The UNC Charlotte players, I thought, were a little too dramatic on some of the fouls. I mean, from the whistle, they were looking for fouls. And if you're a fan of the Pat Match Show podcast, we don't want to look for fouls, do we? We want to win that game, don't we? We don't want the ref to give us fouls. And that's just the way it is. I mean, so I'm proud of the team altogether. I mean, I don't know if you could tell, I'm just so excited. We both got our Marshall soccer shirts on.
Mm-hmm. But something that kind of made me feel better is that the Charlotte had to wait for the team bus and ate Papa John's pizza when we left, so I thought that was kind of funny.
You know what? When there was 10 minutes to go and Marshall was passing the ball around,
they
probably should have called Papa John's then because they could have gotten back on the bus a little faster because I'm telling you, that's when the game was over. So, yeah, we saw them out there, and Marshall was celebrating. But credit to UNC Charlotte. They knew to get off the field when the celebration started, didn't they? Yeah. Now, one bit of criticism for me for the Marshall soccer players.
They celebrate too much?
No. I want them to celebrate. There's going to be more celebrating. We've got to get their celebrating just a little bit better. Why?
So the ego doesn't go up?
No, the Gatorade bath.
Why?
They almost had Coach Grassi perfectly covered with the Gatorade, and he got away at the last second.
No, he got in it.
Well, I want to see just a full.
No, he got
one.
in it.
Did he? Well,
Yeah.
see, maybe I missed that. Guys, you got to get that Gatorade back. That's a big part of it. So we're proud of you. Yeah. I didn't see that, Pat. I'm glad you saw it.
Yeah.
Anything else, buddy? I mean, I'm on cloud 9 right now.
I can't wait for the tournament, and we want to say another thank you to the Marshall players and the coaches. And
we mean it. Thank you, guys. You've brought so much joy to Huntington and so much joy to this guy to my right,
well,
Patrick.
One thing, I think they should increase their tickets prices up a little bit because it's $5 for an adult and $3 for a kid. And at a Marshall football game, the cheapest tickets, the worst seats you get are $35.
I wouldn't mind paying $35 to see Marshall soccer, would you?
No, I don't know when the last time Marshall football has been number 9 in the country. I like Marshall football, I just don't think it's fair.
Yeah, we're soccer guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much. This was a great day for all the viewers of Pat and Matt. This selection show is tomorrow at noon, and we'll probably have another podcast in about 2 weeks or so. We have
a soccer tournament next week, so.
Yeah, we won't be able to podcast, but we'll be following Marshall. Take it home for us, Pat.
Make sure to like and subscribe. Sorry we haven't been uploading recently. We've been pretty busy. So thank you. Bye, guys.
Appreciate it. Bye.